So then, the final race of the season in the GT Winter Series, dry starting procedure, thus the GT3 cars started on their own island. Down towards the first corner, it was Kenneth Ayer on the inside line at turn 1. Unfortunately, he looped it coming out of the first corner, and that would ultimately just a half spin, but it would be a whole lot of trouble for their hopes at a championship win in the GT Winter Series. The Cup cars got underway separately, and it'd be John Dillon that led them away early on. Unfortunately, that car would not be there for the definitive future. Shota Abkavaza had a spin on the first lap as well. It was quite a dramatic first lap of the race, lots going on. Alfredo Hernandez unfortunately found the wall. John Dillon had suspension damage as well. That car limped back home. And there was Carrie Schreiner trying to find a way around Giuliano Holtzen. That didn't work. Alessio Raffini tried to outbrake Darren Howell. That didn't work. But thankfully on both occasions the two cars continued. Meanwhile, working back through the order was Shota Abkavaza after his spin earlier on. In the overall standings, he wanted to make as big of an impression as he could in spite of his moments out there on the circuit. Alvaro Ramos was the next driver to get overtaken by Abkavaza. We didn't get to see this in the live pictures, but Abkavaza was carving his way through the field. At the front of the order, it was Leo Pichler ahead of Mathis Lismont. Meanwhile, the number 12 and the number 214 side by side. Abkavaza continuing to work his way through the pack. Racing a little bit on easy mode there, wasn't he? Anything but for Kalle Bergman, because he was still under pressure from Ahmed Arif Al-Khoury as the number 12 Lamborghini went by. So there's the 198 car in the wars. That was Eric Chung who had an issue there, unfortunately. Mathis Lismont moved through into the lead, but as that happened, we also got notification of a drive-through for incorrect starting positions for that car. They served the drive-through under that safety car period, and that unfortunately would be judged not to be good enough for our stewards. That is against the regulations, Article 1410 if you're curious, and that therefore meant that the penalty would be served retroactively at the end of the race. Heartbreaking momentarily for the number 50 car as Rui Aguas pulled to one side coming out of the pit lane post pit stop. Thankfully, Control-Alt-Delete got the car running again, and the soon-to-be champions would continue racing out there on the circuit. Milos Pavlovic was making up lots of time, as he so often does at the wheel of a Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo car. And while this man, Mathis Lismont, was running fairly well in second place on the road, that would soon become a much lower position after the penalty was applied. The Porsches were having a good scrap as well. This was Dibionka, the young talent from PTT Racing, going up against Mons Thalen. Thalen would ultimately come second best in that one. Dibionka and Darmetco winning in the Cup 2 class. The recovering Matt Griffin would go past them several laps down. They did manage to get the Cup 1 number 151 running again. Luca Engstler, meanwhile, was making up ground. He managed to get himself past Moritz Viskirchen. Danny Sufi got past Jerzy Spinkovic, and then we had a four-car battle as Spinkovic was under pressure from Mikael Mack, Luca Engstler and Moritz Viskirchen. This was over 6th overall, if memory serves me correctly. Milos Pavlovic unlapping himself only against Shota Abkavaza, unfortunately. There was a penalty, a drive-through penalty for the car number 56, Sandro Holtzen. That was for overtaking under yellow flags. Moritz Viskirchen got past Mikael Mack for 6th overall towards the last 10 minutes or so of the race. And as the race clock hit 0, it was once again Simon Birch all alone out front, doing his own thing, having a good time, and winning the race. Very, very cool stuff from him. So then Birch is out of the way at the front and winning the race. Marcus Clutton and Simon Orange taking second. Sufi and Schreiner third overall. Luca Engstler eventually fourth in the race, winning GT3 Pro. Moritz Viskirchen in P5 in 6th overall. Koba Pauls, along with Mathis Lismont. That was after their penalty, so they were dropped to 6th. Mikael Mack winning Cup 1 in 7th with Andreas Sorensen. Holtzum in 8th place along with Holtzum. Jerzy Spinkovic winning in the Cup 4 class ahead of Shota Abkazava in 10th position. In 11th place, Hubert Darmetko along with Dibionka winning Cup 2. Aguas in 12th along with Maciel winning the championship overall. Monstalin in 13th, Hernandez 14th, Alcuri 15th, Pavlovic in 16th place. 17th position for Gonzalo Araujo. Mark Kempster from Greystone GT in 18th position. Sean Doyle crossed the line in 19th in the car he shares with Darren Howell. And Carol Kret rounds out the overall top 20. Matt Griffin and Eric Chung both one getting to the flag several laps down. Eric Chung unfortunately not able to reach the checkered flag. We saw his car pull up halfway through the race.